Imagine a color so deep and mesmerizing that it glowed even under the dim light of gas lamps. In the mid-19th century, women were willing to spend a fortune for a dress of this shade, but they ended up paying with something much more valuable: their lives. This is the story of Scheele's green and Paris green. These were the shades that defined Victorian fashion, decorated the finest salons of London and Paris, and then filled the cemeteries. Today, we look at these portraits in museums and admire the aesthetics of the past. But if we could step back into those ballrooms, we wouldn't smell perfume. We would taste the metallic tang of poison in the air. Welcome to the channel. Today, we are uncovering fashion history's most toxic secret. It all began in 1775. The Swedish chemist Carl Scheele was off, conducting experiments, and accidentally created a new pigment. Before this, green clothing was dull, a mixture of yellow and blue that quickly faded and looked muddy. Scheele gave the world the perfect emerald: bright, durable, and cheap to produce. The secret formula was simple: copper arsenite. In other words, a mixture of copper and pure arsenic. The world went mad for it. They called it Scheele's green. It wasn't just used for fabric. Bedroom wallpapers, carpets, furniture upholstery, book covers, and even children's toys, everything turned green. England literally immersed itself in a poisonous fog without even knowing it. But let's go back to fashion. Imagine a ball in 1860. Gaslighting made these green dresses look particularly spectacular. But there was a technological problem. The arsenic in the dye didn't chemically bind to the fabric. It just stuck to it. As a lady swirled in a waltz, her massive crinoline, which used up to 20 meters of fabric, would shed a cloud of invisible dust. In a single evening, a dress could release several grams of pure arsenic into the air. Women complained of nausea, headaches, and skin sores. Doctors dismissed it as tight corsets or female hysteria. No, one could believe that the killer was the luxurious dress hanging in the wardrobe. But while aristocrats died slowly, those who created this beauty burned out instantly. Artificial flowers, the era's main accessory. They were made by hand by young girls who dipped fabric directly into vats of hot green arsenic solution. No gloves, no masks. In 1861, London was shaken by the story of 19-year-old Matilda Scheurer. She was a flower maker. At first, she complained that all her food tasted metallic. Then the pain started. Her death was horrific. An autopsy revealed that arsenic had saturated every cell in her body. The newspapers reported a detail that shocked everyone. The whites of her eyes had turned green before she died. She had become Scheele's green herself. Society finally woke up. Punch magazine published a caricature called The Arsenic Waltz, depicting a skeleton inviting a lady to dance. Doctors began to sound the alarm. Legend has it that even Queen Victoria, upon learning of the dye's properties after a visiting dignitary fell ill, ordered all the green wallpaper in Buckingham Palace to be torn down. Gradually, by the end of the 19th century, with the development of chemistry, safe synthetic dyes appeared. The era of the deadly emerald faded into the past. But these dresses still exist. They are kept in museum archives around the world. Curators call them the toxic collection. They cannot be displayed without special glass, and they cannot be touched with bare hands. We often say that beauty is pain. In the Victorian era, that phrase wasn't a metaphor, it was a diagnosis. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments if you knew about this story, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future investigations into the past.